once again this year to help the homeless. Joining us today, comic Elliot Threet and Kim Mills with American Cablevision. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I always get nervous with a comedian.
Oh, don't worry about it.
But this is a great cause, especially, you know, these days we're hearing all about proposed cuts in Medicare, and we know who's going to be affected by that if that happens.
Well, I always wanted to help out because ever since American Cablevision called me up on the phone pole trying to put on my own cable, I've been at their disposal ever since, so.
You're still paying restitution. Bali can go to the homeless.
Absolutely. American Cablevision, along with HBO, fund all of the, or we underwrite all the costs for this. So every dime we make goes straight to Swope Parkway Health Center's Health Care for the Homeless. We're hoping to raise $60,000 this year.
Oh, that's a great amount of money and good time for it. It's cold out there early this year.
And it all stays in town, too. All the money spent in Kansas City stays here.
And you're from here. What's it like to work with all these other comedians?
Well, it's not like theater. That's a terrific theater. I mean, it's just got tons of history behind it, and I did it 2 years ago, and there's a lot of other great comedians performing there, so we all kind of get together, and it's a good cause, so we're all very happy to be there.
What is it like for you, especially being a Kansas City native, to actually be able to give to the people here that need it most?
Well, that's the most fulfilling part of it. You know, lots of times you give to a charity and you don't know if it's going to somebody in New York or L.A. You really don't get a sense of it being impacted. But you can do this, and you can see it being impacted when you drive around, like to the homeless shelters and whatnot, when you see it happening. You know, that Swope Park van that drives around and helps homeless people.
What can people expect?
Laugh.
She's a snow woman. She actually jumped off a moving train. Anybody else?
Well, I didn't get jumped off. I got kind of like pushed off.
They are the homeless. And if you didn't laugh, some of their stories could make you...
You haven't heard everything. I'm a grandmother. I have 9 children and 5 grandchildren.
9 children. That's a lot of Mother's Day cards to be getting. I don't know where they'll send them, but...
Get a big
743-2424, 743-2424. You can get one of these magnificent t-shirts, the latest from Paris, only a $25 donation. Call 743-2424. Call now, 743-2424.
753-2424.
743-24. It's on your screen.
Don't believe me.
Well, it's time to introduce our next comedian. Now, you know Frankie. Tell me about him.
I know him well. I was playing tennis with him about 10 years ago, and he broke his leg, so I figured hook him up here and,
He was inspirational in your career, right?
Inspirational.
Our next comedian has appeared on... That's kind of one of those European kisses in the air, it floats. Our final performer has appeared on A&E's Evening at the Improv and Comedy on the Road, a very good sport, and a graduate of Southwest High. Let's hear it for Elliot Threet.
How are you guys? I am a graduate of Southwest High School and went there for 4 years, or to use another time reference, about 6 of Mayor Cleaver's jokes. I think... It's great to be from Kansas City. You know, the great thing they do here is on New Year's Eve, you get a free cab ride home to your house if you're drunk. That's a great deal, because every year I call them up and have them take me to another party. Hey, where do you live, man? Hooters. I sleep in the kitchen. Kansas City's got gambling now. Gambling and cows. It's kind of neat. The great thing about gambling is whenever you go to a casino, you always find at homework, hey, you're going to a casino? Here, bet $5 for me. I might get lucky. You're like, they're going to win some money. Hey, first $5 you lose, there goes Frank's money. What an idiot. He hit on 18. I love game shows. I like to watch the Wheel of Fortune. That's the most popular game show in the world. They even have that in other countries. I can't imagine the Wheel of Fortune in Japan, can you? Because they got like 4,000 letters in their alphabet. They'll be guessing the whole day. Is it Iggy? No. Hockey? Hooba-da-da? Now hooba-da-da? The got of a hooba-da-da? Hooba-da? Like to watch your Price is Right. Now, don't you think there should be a rule on the Price is Right? If you're in that little row and somebody bids $1 more than you, to be able to slap the crap out of them on the way up? 600. 601. What the hell are you doing? Speaking of games, I found my Ouija board in the attic the other day. Anybody have a Ouija board when you were a kid? Remember those? Quick impression of every kid playing his Ouija board. Are you moving it? No. Turn the lights on, you're scaring me. Stop it. So a friend of mine got fired from his job using a Ouija board at work. He was an air traffic controller. Okay. I had to fly on a commuter plane. Anybody been on a commuter plane? Can you believe how small those planes are? I looked at my ticket to see what seat they gave me. I looked down and it said, shotgun. What do you mean I got to chip in for gas? We didn't even get our own can of Coke. Stu's got a 1 liter bottle and says, who wants a swig? Just. One thing I never do is jump out of a plane. I cannot believe those people jump out. They actually jump out of a plane next to wear a safety helmet. Well, that's going to come in real handy, ain't it, huh? Yeah, parachute doesn't open up. They go, boink, that could have been nasty. Oh, hey, good thing I landed on my head. Got a speeding ticket the other day. I'm so pissed off because I have a radar detector. That's what. Do you think they work? Because mine didn't go up to the cop, stuck his head in my window. Must have it set for donut breath. And you're so nervous when you're talking to police officers. When they write you the ticket, you always go, thank you. Don't you? Thank you, officer. Like I had way too much money in my checking account. Well, I don't know what I'd do with that $50. I'll tell you what, I'll write you the other 14, I'll close out the account. What do you think about that? I just end my business with that bank there. Just performing out in Miami, went out to the beach. Some people shouldn't be allowed to wear Speedos, should they? I saw one guy. He must have been about 80 years old, had a Speedo on with a Depend undergarment underneath the right. Can you believe? Oh, God. And that wasn't the worst part. The worst part was the little flip-flop shoes, and he had the one big grandpa toenail coming out over there. Actually pulled the end of that shoe up and was digging for shells right in front of me. Oh, gosh. Left a little trail in the sand so his kids could find him, I guess, but... I did something in the water I never thought I'd do. I went out skinny dipping. Little tip, you guys, you want to make a good showing, cold lake water isn't the place to do it. Okay, it's just a little... I jumped into it, it was so cold, I got a lump in my throat. I got out, looked like a Ken doll. The girls was like, well, come on out. Like, that's okay. I'm fishing. Just go home. I was out there doing the bathtub stroke. You ever do the bathtub stroke? When your bathtub water gets too hot? Ooh, hot, ooh, hot, ooh, that's hot. No. Guys won't admit to doing that because guys don't like to admit to taking baths, but guys are very aggressive in hot tubs. Ladies, next time you get in a hot tub with a man, and you think he's going to get a little bit too aggressive on you, before he gets in there, just put a couple tea bags in the back pocket of his swim shorts. Because they're going to make his move. Look, you know, this brown water floating around him. I think I've got to go home right now. Shouldn't eat at Taco Bell the other day. Bacon burrito, my... Is this whatever apple cinnamon smell to you? Is this just you smell it? So I'm a parent, kind of nice. Actually, my wife had a baby a while back, and you know, the neat thing about that is his head had a hard time coming out, and the nurses have this thing, and they actually suck the baby's head. Have you seen this? They actually suck the baby's head right out of there, and I was like, nurse, when you're done, could I see that for a second? Let me see. Anybody here have toddlers? That's kind of neat, isn't it? Nothing like getting them gummy bears out the VCR, is there? Try to take the VCR back to Walmart. The gummy bears when I bought it. Yeah. I have a 2-year-old. No, at that age, you know, they crap and talk at the same time, right in front of you. It is the funniest thing in the world to watch. It's like, hey, what are you doing over there? Nothing, Daddy. Hey, why is he pushing that coffee table? Get my hand, for God's sakes. I have a hernia in that diaper if you don't watch out. It's nice to be a parent. My mom did weird things when I was a kid. Your mom ever do this, little kid? You went out with your mom, your face got dirty. Did your mom ever spit on a napkin and then wash your face? Oh. My mom wouldn't even bring a napkin. She'd just go, go wash your face. My dad was the worst. My dad, out of the 3 meals of the day, which one would your dad make when you're a little kid? Which one would your dad make? Remember? Breakfast. Remember that? Sunday morning, Dad's in charge of the house. You up the stairs, his underwear again. Get up, God darn it! Can't dig in my butt all day. I'm making you breakfast. From scratch. Who wants gravy? Anybody? Anybody want gravy? Remember that? You'd go downstairs, your dad with just the pajama bottoms, a little bit of flour on the nape of his back. You're telling your brother, don't eat the biscuits! He's got flour on his ass. I'm really glad American Cablevision is sponsoring this. They do offer a lot of different channels, don't they? Matter of fact, right now I'm home taping the Weather Channel. I am a college graduate. I went to school for 4 years, got my degree in sociology. Any sociology majors? That's a good degree, isn't it? You learn about poor people, then you become one. Just like that. It's Took college algebra. Anybody take college algebra? It's always funny you talk to your friends, hey man, who was your college algebra teacher? Well, the first time I took it. My math teacher always gave me trouble with my calculator. Anybody actually know how to work all the buttons on a calculator? My math teacher gave me, Ellie, what have you done to your calculator? Be like, well, I spelled Shell Oil upside down. What's that? Took an art class called Life Drawing with the Female Nude Models, and I got kicked out for tracing. Get to travel around. Went to SeaWorld. There's a fun place. Can you believe they sell seafood at the restaurant at SeaWorld? Isn't that a little bit of a conflict? Asked them what their special was. They said, ignorant dolphin. Here you go. He had his chance. He gave me the blowhole. At least I think it was the blowhole. Let's talk about nude models. Nobody here sleeps in a nude, do they? Not a good idea to sleep in a nude. You know why? Because there's a fire in your house. That's why. Because that smoke, you can't see anything. You're supposed to cut your hands and knees. You end up backing out the front door. And you've got a high-pressure fire hose on your ass. Yeah. There's an enema you never thought about. That would have come out your mouth like a super soaker. Look at TV news out there filming the whole thing. Looks like those two bald-headed men are trying to make out of that house. Boy, they're hanging close together, aren't they? Like twins, for God's sakes. So I'm a dog owner. Any dog owners here? I love my dog. Got my dog at the pound when he was a puppy. Anybody dog at the pound when they're puppies? Because they have every dog you ever want. You pick them up. Is this a Cocker Spaniel? They go, yeah. Whatever dog you want it to be, man. He's got his papers. There's some crap on him, but I'll clear it off and give it to you right now. Got my dog neutered. Only cost me $30. But it cost me $60 had I gotten the anesthetic. Talk about old Yeller. Listen. I was shopping the other day, went to Victoria's Secret. They actually sell stuff for guys. Anybody know what they sell for guys in Victoria's Secret? Anybody know? What kind? Silk boxer shorts. Any guys got a pair? Feels great, doesn't it? Feels just like sex. Just got to move around the thing. Hey, when's your wife getting back? I don't care if she ever gets back. You guys have been great. Thank you very much, folks. Thanks for coming out. Good night.
Did you guys have fun tonight? Yeah. What a great group of comedians. I'd like to thank HBO and American Cablevision for hosting Kansas City's own comic